Hey y'all. Hey. How you doing? Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to Cash and Calling. I am so glad that you are here. Today we'll be talking about student loans. So I have over $130,000 in student loans and I really don't have a plan. So I'm currently on the save plan. So the save plan has not went away as of yet. I'm currently on that plan, but I'm in forbearance right now. Like many of us are in forbearance. And I really was just like, I really need to sit down, see what my balance is, see what the options are, and kind of go from there. So if you're like me, or a lot of us were like, the SAVE program, we thought it was it because we had a payment that we could finally afford. And we thought, okay, we're really going to get this loan paid off. But I really feel like the rug was kind of slid underneath us. And a lot of people are just in limbo, not knowing what to do. And I want to shout out to this YouTuber I watch. Let me get his channel pulled up. His YouTube name is number one student loan lawyer Tate Law. He is really good. I love to watch how he kind of breaks down what to do with the student loan payments. He compares the different payment plans. And if you don't know, a lot of the payment plans like the save program, all that stuff, everything is getting restructured. So there will be only two options. I think it's the income based repayment and RAP or RAP. And so I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me. Should I stay in forbearance right now? Should I move out of forbearance and get into the IBR? I really don't know. So you'll see what I see as far as what I'm doing next. So, yeah, let me introduce myself real quick. So, my name is Brittany. I'm 37. I'm a wife, mom, and I'm a nurse practitioner. And yeah, we're just kind of figuring this all out. My husband, he was recently unemployed. So right now he's just kind of doing side work, gig work, and things like that until he finds full time employment. So you throw all of that in the mix, and the student loans don't seem as big of a priority. And I mentioned student loans on my debt confession video. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch it. I kind of break down all my debts. But I mean, you can say over and over again that, okay, I do want to pay my debts. I don't want to stay having student loan debt, but someone will find a way to say that, oh, you don't want to pay your student loan debt when that's not the case. I really just, in this season of our lives, with us going through these transitions and things like that, student loan debt is just not big of a priority for us. So, we'll discuss more about our plan going forward with the student loan debt and how it kind of is going to go with the other debt as well. Like, what's a priority? What's not a priority? Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. And I'm just not trying to let I can't rewind the past. I can't go back and overdo or and redo some things or decisions that I've made. A lot of the student loan debt, honestly, if I can be very transparent, was a result of bad decision making and overspending and not budgeting. And now that I'm in a season of my life where I'm trying to be debt free and I'm trying to budget, it's more of a hindrance than anything. And I'm not gonna let me get in a place of where I feel like I have no hope. Because I feel like a lot of people get there and they get stuck there like you have no hope, like you'll never get out of this rut, you'll never get out of the debt. I believe that I will be debt free, or we will be debt free one day. And the day might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, or even a year or 2 years from now. But I think half the battle is acknowledging that it needs to be done. I think that's half the battle. So we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. I want to just go down all my student loans with y'all. I have a total of 19 micro loans. So all these little bitty loans add up to my total. So I'm going to break that down. I'm going to share that with you and we're going to do it. So first, you know how I do. I'm going to clip my microphone and I'm gonna try to clip it where you can actually hear me because I feel like when I clip it on myself, I get muffled. But all right, y'all, we're about to do this. And if you have been avoiding looking at the student loan debt and your balance and your interest and all that stuff, this is your sign to just do it, okay? So, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go. All right, so I'm on Mohila's website right now, and let's just take a look at it, y'all. So, this is how they announce it to us. I know I have not received an email or any kind of like text communications or anything. I have been getting all my information about these loans from YouTube, and that's the government. And I want to say all my loans are governmental loans. I don't have any private loans, thank God. I feel like there is some kind of incentive for doing the government versus privates. With the government, I can go into deferments or forbearance if I have a hardship or need to. Although the interest still accumulates, it's like one less payment you have. In a day and age where people are living paycheck to paycheck and you just don't have enough, or even like in our situation where there was a sudden loss of income. I mean, that really matters. So I'm glad that I do have government versus private loans. So as you see, there's nothing due right now. And that's only because it's in forbearance because I'm on the save plan. So that's why nothing is due. Then I have the subsidized versus unsubsidized. So subsidized is when it has interest accruing or interest does not accrue. I'm sorry. So when you take out the loan, you do not accrue interest until it goes into repayment. Unsubsidized is the complete opposite. And when you take that loan out, the unsubsidized loan, it accrues interest immediately. At this point, with all this interest I have on these loans, I don't even look at that at all. It really doesn't matter because the interest is ridiculous. So what I want to do now is kind of go through all of my loans. So, yeah, let's kind of go through everything and see where we are. So, right now, like I said, it has a $0 payment. They really haven't given any direction. I don't see, although the interest is supposed to start accruing August the 1st, is when it started. I don't see that reflected in my account. So, there needs to be, in my opinion, this is just Brittany's opinion because, you know, there needs to be another level of transparency with these loans from the government. And then a lot of people say, a lot of antagonists or people against student loan forgiveness, they'll say, well, I'm not using my tax dollars to pay for your student loan. I want to say this. I'm a taxpayer too. Last time I checked, I'm a taxpayer too. So what about my say in this? Because a lot of the money that I pay in taxes goes to things that I would rather it not go to. Let's continue session. But it goes to things that I would rather it not to. So what about my say in all of that? And I just don't understand. You have people can make the worst financial decisions when it comes to credit cards, when it comes to different auto loans, personal loans, all of these type of adventures, real estate, and they can file bankruptcy. But where is the relief for the person who went to school to better themselves? I mean, I think the system is truly broken It is. I think it is. So I have 1 through 19 loans. You see them there. We're going to go through them real quick. All right. So, all right. So we got our, all right. So we got our first loan here. It's 2,000 something dollars, 3,885. 1,863. These don't have the current interest rate on there. It's like I said, needs to be more transparent because I don't know how much interest is accruing. $4,364. And y'all will see save plan. Y'all see that save still. $7,436. All these loans are adding up. $3,790. I stopped trying to figure out like when I got these loans a long time ago. I'm sure if I do a deep dive, it'll tell me, okay, undergrad versus grads. Some of the big boys in here, I know they're grad school. $5,855.04. $2,746.68. $4,113. This a big boy. So this is um grad school. So nurse practitioner school. I just know by the amount. So $24,143. This another big boy, $19,597. Okay. $3,785. 4,045. 1817 is another big boy. $3,488. $10,587. 4,795. Okay. $6,847. And that gives us a grand total. And these two, y'all see these two at the bottom, income-based repayment. So I was paying $15 a month for those two under save. And for the rest combined, it was 100 and something dollars. Total of 19 different loans. Current total balance, 1,300, 1,030, $136,989.35. These are my payments down here. I was doing $15 a month and I decided, so I guess we can talk about it now, the plan. So let's go into the plan. So the plan for now is to stay in forbearance. I'm riding the wave of save. I'm riding the wave. I'm riding the wave. And I know the wave will come to an end, or at least that's what they're saying. But right now, with the transitions going on in our personal life, with my husband not working and things like that, we can't take on any more right now. We need to focus on getting income, then paying all those debts. So my goal is to pay off the car loan, then the house, medical bills, then student loans aggressively. That might change, but right now, that's the plan. I'm doing debt snowball loosely. And someone on my other video said, if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. Well, I'm going to do it how I want to do it because I have managed to pay off y'all at least almost, I mean, $50,000 in debt using the debt snowball in the past. So I know we can do it again, and I'm not letting anyone project onto me. Like people would try to project what they think you should do or how they would do it onto you. You have to do what works best for your family and what works best for your situation. So $15 is it. Okay. So we're going to start doing $15 every week. And that is not going to cover the whole interest payment because the interest is insane. Okay. So that's not going to cover the payment, but hopefully it'll help at least keep it at bay where it's not just a super balloon payment. by the time this all is said and done. So that's our prayer. But we want to actually pay these loans off. We just need time. We need clarity, which I feel a lot of us don't have clarity, especially if you have governmental loans and you were in the SAVE program. I feel like a lot of us don't have clarity right now. It's kind of things, there are constantly things moving and there's no communication. It's how I feel. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Not really a plan, but a plan. I think it's important. Like half the battle, I think, is acknowledging that you need to do something different. So I know we need to do something different. I know we need to tackle this head on. So at least look at the loans. And if you have been on the fence, I'm here to tell you now, let this be your sign that you need to look at those loans and stop avoiding them because they're not going anywhere. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. But my husband, he was able to get his loans forgiven under the SAVE program. So we're super grateful for that. Like that was such a blessing. So at least one of us got the good end of the stick. But at the end of the day, we're married, so we're paying this all together. But yeah, so I don't, that's kind of my plan. Of course, you see I'm kind of winging it. I don't have much of anything like in the way of what I'm really going to do with these loans. I do know I want to stop as much interest as possible from ballooning the payments. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the video or while I was looking over the loans, but 119 of that is principal. Everything else, so it was 136 total. 119 is principal, and the rest is interest. So that's what I want to avoid. I don't want like, while this is in forbearance and all of that, I don't want this payment to balloon to 150, 175. I don't want that. So goal now is just to pay as much interest as possible, that we can do, which is not a lot right now, but so hear me well. I want to pay the loans. I want to pay my loans. I promise I've said it like 3 times and there's still somebody gonna come in the comments say, pay your loans. I want to pay the loans. It's just not my number one priority right now. So if you enjoyed this content, if you like this content, go ahead and hit the like button. That will help tremendously. And consider subscribing. We would love to have you over here. And yeah, so we're doing savings. We're all about debt freedom, budgeting, and just trying to make it work with what we have. And right now, just a season of transition. So look for my budget with me August paycheck number 2 video. It'll be coming soon. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all take care. Bye.